A little dance. Get in the groove. Welcome to the Fine Film Podcast. I'm your host, Sin. And today I'm joined with Nem.
Well, hello there, Sin.
Hey, Nem.
Hi, how's it going?
How's it going?
Very good, very good. Thank you for having me on your podcast today.
It's
I'm
a
looking
pleasure.
very much forward to it.
I'm very glad that you're here. You're looking very good.
Yeah, could be better, could be lighter.
I guess we're here today to discuss the film Mandy.
Yes, we are. Film that we both seen pretty recently.
We've both seen recently. It's a Nicolas Cage film.
He's back.
It's a Nick Cage resurgence film because he's back, baby.
He's so back.
Back with a vengeance. So Mandy is a horror thriller film.
Yeah. Psychedelic horror, I'd call it.
I think it's called psychedelic horror.
Yeah, don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's how I would classify it. It's more of a psychedelic
It's a
horror
weird,
action.
quirky psychedelic
Watch
horror.
it and you tell us what it is because I just...
Why
all I know
don't
is it's brilliant.
Why don't you just tell us
It's
what
brilliant.
you think?
Whatever you guys think, put it in the comments below.
Put it in the comments.
Yeah.
It's an interesting film. I really liked it.
Loved it.
You loved it.
I loved it.
You loved it. I'm going to quickly read the synopsis of the film.
Go for it.
And then we'll get into the nitty gritty of Mandy. So, Mandy, directed by Greek director Panos Cosmatos. Yeah. Maybe I'm butchering that last name, but it's probably Panos Cosmatos.
Cosmatos, that's it.
So synopsis reads: Red Miller sets out to settle scores with deranged hippie cult when they. Sorry, let me start that again. Red Miller sets out to settle scores with the deranged hippie cult when they disrupt his peaceful life, wreaking havoc in his haven and kidnapping his wife, Mandy Bloom. His wife's name was Mandy.
It all makes sense now.
It's all coming back to me now.
Cosmos did it again.
Cosmos.
Cosmatos.
Cosmatos,
yeah.
you son of a bitch.
You brought it right back.
You done it again. So that's a synopsis, right? It's a weird psychedelic horror thriller.
Yep.
What are your overall kind of initial thoughts? Like, what did you love the film? What would you give it out of like 100? Let's say if we're gonna test it against the Rotten Tomatoes scores, what would you give it, and how did you feel about it initially?
So initially how I felt going into it was
I was expecting a monster play.
I went into it with extremely low expectations.
Okay.
Seeing the kind of work that Nicolas Cage might have brought up in the recent times.
How dare you? Are you saying The Wicker Man is not a fantastic movie?
Great scene. One of my favourite scenes in all movies is in The Wicker Man. It's when he punches that bear. When he dresses a bear and he punches that woman. My God, I love Rouse. But anyway, we'll get into the Cage a little bit later on. But went into it with extremely low expectations.
Okay.
But heard a few good things about it on other on YouTube channels and stuff, watching like all that sort of stuff. And
would you say that you were pleasantly surprised?
Extremely. I think pleasantly surprised might be a little bit of an understatement. I was kind of blown away.
Wow.
I don't know. That was my
initial thought.
Initial thought. Yes, went in with low expectations and exceeded every expectation that I had.
Blown out of the
for what it is. Let's not try and say
this is the modern day Godfather.
Why did it not win an Oscar? I demand to know. It just, I think for what it was, how fun it was, I think the movie was just a whole lot of fun, crazy, and in my opinion was
surprising,
brilliant.
What would you say the Rotten Tomatoes score is, or what would you give it? If you had to rate it out of 100.
If it was me at a Rotten Tomatoes score, I would probably
If you picture yourself working at Rotten Tomatoes, you've just watched Mandy, your socks have been blown off.
I have no socks on.
You have no socks on. You're getting a little cold.
Yep.
What do you rate Mandy?
I will jump on my computer and I would post, if it was me, I would give it probably an 8.7.
8.7. I like that. So around 87%.
87, that's right. Sorry, I forgot. Rotten Tomatoes is an out of 100
That's great.
score. I would give it an 87 out of 100.
I really loved the film.
Yeah.
I'm a huge Nicolas Cage fan.
Maybe not huge.
We'll get into that a
Gone
little
in
later.
60 Seconds was also one of my... We'll get into it.
That was so good.
We'll bring that up.
But obviously he's done a load of crap recently. I could eat a peach for hours.
My God, what a man.
I also really loved the film.
Yep.
I thought it was, really well done. I love the cinematography.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Again, I think I was, really pleasantly surprised.
Yep.
And I think I would also give it a really high rating. I'm going to, because I can see the rating right now. So
you've already looked it up?
I'm cheating.
Okay.
But Rotten Tomatoes has Mandy at 90%.
90%?
90%.
There you go. I feel like we're right. I was right about that.
We watched it with a friend of ours.
We did. Oh my God, that was...
He didn't like it at all for some reason.
Oh my God, he hated it. What was his, like, anybody can make this?
His words were that anybody can make this film, which I think we both disagreed.
Oh my gosh, strongly disagreed. And
if you're watching this, you
know who you are.
I'm still waiting for that movie.
You are. Oh my God. No, I think that's what everybody says. You know, when it comes to making movies and you watch a movie and you're like, oh, anybody can do this. Like anything.
Can make this.
Like you watch guys boxing and you're like, oh, I would have beat that guy if it was me and him.
Is that how you think?
That's currently
how I think.
That's my general train of thought.
You know, I like to watch boxing and I'm like, I could beat that guy.
Yeah, I do. I'm like, if it was me in that ring, this is what I... No, but I think, everybody has that, like, oh, anybody can make this sort of thing. But I think just to have that idea and then execute it in that manner, it's not something... If everybody could do that, there'll be a lot more Mandys out there. And this movie...
But there's only one Mandy.
One Mandy. But I just feel like, this movie, it wasn't like anything really I've seen before. That's why I enjoyed it so much. In terms of everything, cinematography, acting, story.
It was great.
The universe that they built within this, like, little... town? Was it a town?
It's like a small town or something like that.
It was like forest.
Yeah.
They were in the woods.
It's like a forest town.
Yeah.
Weird town thing.
But they built in this forest. It was a great universe.
It's great.
But
the running time of the film.
Definitely. That sounds about right.
About 90%. Yeah.
Perfect,
Run time of the film is 2 hours, 1 minute.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty. It's kind of standard length for a horror film, I guess, or a thriller film. Some are a little bit less than that. I'll give you a bit of a breakdown of who stars in this film. Apart from Nicolas Cage.
The man. Who else? Okay.
His wife, Mandy, is played by Andrea Riseborough.
Wow.
I'm butchering that one.
Yeah. This sounds going to be a butchered, the surname kind of
The surname is going to be butchered, definitely. The other big name is Linus Roche. And you might remember him. He plays the cult leader in Mandy. You might remember him from such projects as Batman Begins, where he plays Bruce Wayne's dad.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thomas Wayne. Yeah. That's right. He's also in Vikings.
He wasn't in that movie, though, for long, was he?
No, he kind of is.
Bruce Wayne's dad?
Oh, no, not in that.
No, sorry, because that's probably why I missed him in the Batman movie. But
exactly. Outside of that, a couple of actors that we've probably seen here and there, a couple of faces that aren't worth mentioning right now. So I'm just going to butcher their names. Second, no one's going to know where they're from.
Right, yeah.
So not a lot of big actors. I guess a couple of faces you might recognize, but the main man, Nicolas Cage, carries this film, right? Does. So Panos, hi Nick, to do a great job.
Oh, you did.
And God damn it!
Oh my God, Nick is back.
Nick is back.
Yeah, Nick Cage in this movie. Perfect role for him.
Perfect role for him.
Just be a lunatic was kind of. I think that was the overact. Be a lunatic. Get out there, dude.
Nick, you're a crazy man in real life. Here's a movie where you're going to be a crazy man.
You know what you do in life? Just do it in front of this camera, and you'll be sweet. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Nick Cage is known for his, extravagant acting, his, off the wall fucking crazy things that he does.
Extravagant he's probably like a polite way to put it. I wouldn't say he's one of the better
actors. He's fucking batshit crazy.
He's a lunatic on screen. But I love it.
He's the Cage man.
He is. He's brilliant.
I feel like we can dive into a little bit of Cage's film history, filmography, in a segment we like to call "Is This the Crème de la Crème?" of Nicolas Cage.
Okay. Talk me through. Give me some movies.
I'll give you some.
Right off the bat,
some top movies.
Face Off.
Let me give you a timeline. Give me a quick timeline.
All right,
give me a quick timeline. That way, you know where Cage was at, for how long, and what he was pumping out.
Yeah.
And then you let me know if you think Mandy is his Crème de la crème.
Okay, let's do it.
Or you have to actually figure out what his crème de la crème is based on this list.
Okay, go for it.
He started out with Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Maybe you haven't seen it. It's pretty good. Raising Arizona was a big movie for Cage.
Yeah.
Then he's done a fuck ton of films: Moonstruck, Vampire's Kiss.
Don't forget classic jiu-jitsu. I think that was another one. The classic. The timeless classic. If you haven't seen it, please do.
He's done so many fucking films. Kiss of Death, Leaving Las Vegas, honorable mention.
Yeah, definitely.
Very good. And then he had just a fucking roller coaster of a ride between the years of 1996 to like 1999, where he had The Rock, Con Air, Face Off, City of Angels,
Keep him coming.
Snake Eyes, and 8mm, which you've recently watched.
Rewatched.
And recently rewatched.
I think
and realized.
My God, man.
It's not as good as you thought it was.
I think, anything you see as a child, you kind of hold near and dear, especially something that was as, I guess you could say as adult as 8mm was. I think the themes were, and that was one of those movies that I kind of, you're a kid and you stay up late a Friday and, everybody goes to bed and you shouldn't be watching. Yeah, you got your bag of chips and you're like, what's 8mm? And you just hit play. And you start watching this movie and craziness, and you remember that, like, oh my God, that was one of the first movies.
It's about snuff films.
It's a snuff film, yeah. So the movie's about, he finds...
It's not a snuff film.
It's not, no.
It's got snuff films in it.
He finds a tape... he's hired to find a killer of this lady, which just gets him into a complete... And in rewatching it, because again, being a child, Joaquin Phoenix was actually in that movie. I could not believe that.
Is he good in that?
He is the only good thing in that movie.
I remember the movie, but I haven't rewatched it in so long.
Unbelievable. Yeah. I feel like, that blew my mind. But yeah, I did recently rewatch 8mm. And let's just say, watching it through, more critical adult eyes, it doesn't quite hold up. But I think it still does hold a special place in my heart as that first bad boy movie that I watched when I was a kid. So yes.
There you go. 8mm. After that, he smashed out a bunch of films. Adaptation, Matchstick Men, National Treasure, your favorite.
Oh, no. I hate that.
Do not associate me with National
Please
Treasure.
do not put that as a favorite. Good movie.
Lord of War, then he did a bunch of fucking Ghost Rider, this, that, National Treasure again.
Has it, just quickly, before you continue, has it been confirmed that he kind of has to take all these roles because of some kind of like tax evasion thing?
You know what?
Was that
it is
100% confirmed?
All right, so
is that's the theory as to why Nick Cage will not turn down a role? Because that's something that I think I hear a lot, but I haven't really.
This is my understanding of it, and I'm going to give you my scoop.
Okay, I feel like we might have the same one, but I just go for it.
My scoop is that Nicolas Cage was a successful actor way before his future friend Johnny Depp became an actor.
Jonathan Depp, yes.
Yes, also known as Jonathan
Depp, yes.
And
fact.
I believe that Johnny Depp was in debt when he was younger.
Was in debt.
Was in debt.
Johnny Depp was in debt. Yeah. Debt. Okay, so he was in debt.
And then Nicolas Cage helped him out back in like the 80s.
Yeah. He kind of got him into the movie scene. Yeah, that I've heard that as well. Yes.
No, sorry, I'm butchering this.
Yes, you are.
He helped Johnny Depp
start his movie career.
Yeah. Correct. Now, years later, the Cage man has not paid his debts, has not paid fucking taxes.
Yeah. Okay.
So I think he was, he owed a lot of taxes.
Yep.
He was in debt.
Yep.
He was fucked.
Yep.
And needed to be bailed out, essentially. And I think Johnny Depp kind of came to his rescue.
And kind of
but I think his situation's still fucked. So he had to just take any fucking role.
Yeah, just sort of
do
get
heaps
money,
of movies.
Pay stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So I think like in the mid 2000s, a little bit later, he just started doing a bunch of shit fucking films.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's to do with his career or the text.
Just sort of couldn't say. It could be one. Yeah, either of the two. Okay, cool. Yeah, no, I just, because I do remember hearing that as to why the reasoning might be behind his... let's just say colourful filmography. Yeah, very colourful filmography.
Yeah.
But
how Nicolas Cage once blew his entire 150 million fortune. That's an article for another time.
Oh yeah, that'll be a podcast all within itself.
All within itself.
Okay.
So the Cage Man has done a bunch of films. Kick-Ass.
Okay.
Honorable mention.
Love Kick-Ass.
Because he's really he's really good in that.
Yes, definitely.
Outside of that, this and that, not so many good films. But then in late times, we get Mandy.
Man. Well, before you, please don't gloss over Gone in 60 Seconds.
Let's scroll back.
Surely, Gone in 60 Seconds. I feel like that has to have an honourable mention as another one of those films when you see as a child, you have a great... And I think that's what built my love affair of my classic muscle cars as well.
The year is 1999. He just releases 8mm. He also comes out with a Martin Scorsese film called Bringing Out the Dead, which I'm not too familiar with.
Martin Scorsese.
Now the year is 2000. He releases Gone in 60 Seconds.
You can make fun of that movie as much as I...
Dude,
rewatched it recently. Oh my god, I love that movie so much.
It's so good.
Yeah. It's great. Like I said, that movie was... Are
you still going to acquire a Shelby at one point in your life?
They're expensive. And it's funny though, I was actually... they have like all rights to create Eleanor. So you cannot... You would have to give... Say if you have a Shelby Mustang, you have to give it to these people and then make it into an Eleanor for you and give it like the official stamp of like... It's like the legit thing. Yeah. So...
They still hold.
Eleanor is still like a big thing,
And Cage got away with it.
He wrote that thing all the way out.
Some might say he was gone
in 60 seconds, just under a minute. No,
in other words, under a minute.
I know we're just going through filmography. We
Gone in a minute wouldn't have.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Yes,
wouldn't have sounded as good as Gone in 60 seconds.
I don't, but. Yeah, it wouldn't. Gone in a minute. Yeah, it doesn't have the same. But again, that's one of my other ones. That one did hold up a little bit better than 8mm. I think it was a whole lot worse, but that one, I think the nostalgia kind of
much better
carried me through.
So 2018, we fast forward. Mandy comes out.
Yep.
Is this Nicolas Cage's crème de la crème?
Crème de la crème.
Or would you say that it's Gone in 60 seconds?
I wouldn't say...
Look, I think argument's sake, adaptation, he did a really good performance there. Matchstick Men with Sam Rockwell. Fantastic performance. Some might argue that his earlier work in Face Off.
I was hoping you'd say that.
His earlier work, which is Raising Arizona and Leaving Las Vegas. Those are his creme de la crèmes.
Yeah.
I think I probably agree with that.
Yes.
But what's your favorite Nick Cage film that you would personally like to go and watch?
Okay, if say they're all being re-released in cinemas, apart from obviously those ones, because I just have my own personal relationship with Nick. If I could rewatch in cinemas, I would definitely go and rewatch Mandy first.
Okay.
And then I'd probably go Face Off and then Gone in 60 Seconds. They're my top 3 Nick Cage movies. I can't
escape.
I can't escape those movies.
Great. I totally agree with you.
Yeah. Mandy, then Face Off. I absolutely love Face Off and Gone in 60 Seconds. That had a life impact later on down the years. So that movie,
I'm still with it.
I'm still with
you,
that movie.
Cage.
But of course, if you're going
creme de la creme,
creme de la creme, you can't pass up
Raising Arizona, probably, or Leaving Las Vegas. Yeah.
You can't pass it. Really, but personally, my creme de la creme Cage is probably those 3. I just like, and that one scene from Wicker Man. That's probably 4. If you don't know, please look it up. When he's in a bear suit and he punches a lady and it's running through a forest. It's one of the funniest things I've seen on film. It's brilliant. It's so good.
It's great. I recently rewatched. I did a double Cage feature.
Oh,
and I rewatched Con Air and Face Off.
Okay.
Face Off. This is so good.
Yeah, Face Off. You don't rate Face Off?
I do. I love it.
But do you?
I love both.
Okay.
I love both so much.
Okay, so it still say the same. Is that what you're saying?
It's so good.
Oh, I thought. Yeah. Okay, I thought you said it doesn't hold up.
Let me take you back to a time.
Okay, please do.
The year is 1997.
Oh my god.
Nicolas Cage releases 2 films that year.
2.
Con Air and Face Off.
That's it. In the same year.
Yeah, in the same year. Amazing. Amazing action films.
Wow.
Yeah, they still hold up.
They still hold up.
If you like 90s action action film, they still hold
Every
up.
time I eat a peach, I do what we did at the start of this podcast.
I could eat a peach.
I look at my girlfriend in the eyes and I bite and I'm like, I could eat this peach for hours.
I want his face.
Brilliant.
God,
oh my God, such
Nicolas
a good
Cage
movie.
for hours.
Oh my God.
We could talk about Nicolas Cage
this could
for
be,
hours.
I feel like we're not doing the man justice in just discussing one film.
Look, I'm sure we'll get to
at some point.
Nick Cage.
Yeah, fair enough. Because
Nick Cage 2 hour.
That'll be a marathon. That
Join
might
us.
be. Please
do that.
Yes, that might be.
All right, bringing it back to Mandy.
All right, let's go. Yeah,
great film.
Brilliant.
It's like this weird new genre of like psychedelic horror.
Oh, you're taking. So
Did I just
is that your point? Yeah, that's crazy. So you're claiming that one now. That's fine. You run the podcast. I'll let you have it.
I think I just figured this out.
Yeah.
But what I wanted to get into is that the film stars Nick Cage. Mm-hmm. He's got this partner, girlfriend. I don't think they're married. Doesn't matter. Whatever.
Matter, yeah.
They're living together.
It's not established at the start.
They're together. They love each other. They love each other.
Deeply in love.
They live in the woods. They're very in love. They both seem to have some sort of dark past. Mm-hmm. It's not really explained what it is, but I think they found each other, and their lives are so much better that they found each other, right? This weird cult appears.
Mm-hmm. Well, they were just passing through. I think they're just passing through the town, and the cult leader spots her.
The cult leader spots his wife, Mandy.
I think she rode her bike past them while they were on
she was walking or whatever.
Like that, yeah.
He spots her and he takes an interest in her. Mm-hmm. He's telling the other cult leaders, like, I need her or we need her.
Becomes obsessed.
He becomes obsessed.
Yeah.
Weird things happen. They go and pretty much kidnap her. Mm-hmm. Do they take him as well?
No, they don't.
They just take her.
Yeah, they take her.
It's like some sort of supernatural thing where it's like these fucking riders or whatever from hell or something like that they're kind of summoning or they're kind of working for.
Well, that comes later. So what happens is obviously
let me take you.
Let me take you back a few. Oh no, wait, is it actually?
I'm pretty sure they're in the room when they take her because like there's a guy with like fucking.
I know the riders
nails and shit or whatever.
This is what I just can't remember if they were summoned after because Cage comes after them. I think.
Yeah.
No, you're right. They summon the riders to get her, and the riders bring her.
Is it like a deal they make with them? Like they're like, we need something.
I don't think it's a deal because he has that special flute, and I think that might be like a summoning flute
of destiny.
Because he blows it in that forest, and they kind of appear. So I don't think it's a deal you make. I think it's like if you own this flute, you can summon the riders. Yeah, so they. The ride like pretty
officially known as the Riders
or
of Hell.
like they kind of look like Slipknot. I think
they
look like Slipknot on quaddies. I think it's the best way to describe
Slipknot.
On quad bikes. On quad bikes and So that's right. Yeah, so they summon them because he wants to capture her, and they break into the house.
They take her
away. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they don't take him. That he wakes up and they're already doing shit to her. Possibly.
I do know he does get caught and he gets tied up.
Eventually, he's also with them.
Yeah.
They've built like a little thing where they're gonna fucking torture her.
Well, no. This is the thing. He was trying to convert her first.
But I don't remember that. Heavy spoilers of Mandy.
Yeah, we'll put maybe a disclaimer at the start.
I realize by now we're gonna break this down.
So what happens is that's the first time you get that. I think it goes for like 8 minutes. Yeah. And it's just that one scene where they drug her. And he's sort of in front of her and he's trying to talk to her. Yeah, and he's trying to like bring her into the cult. And even at the end of all this, she denies him. And then, this is Nick Cage is at this point. He's outside. He's tied up. They're kind of beating him up. And
so I think the whole time he's waiting outside.
Yeah.
So they're
tied up. Yeah. And he's trying to like break free so he can get at him. But
they might be trying to get her to either join the
cult,
or to be with the cult leader.
He wants to be with her. And I think that's right. It all breaks down because he strips down naked, remember? And she laughs at him. And
she
he gets
laughs
really,
at his
little pee-pee. Yeah, that's right.
That's right.
That's right. Yeah.
She rejects him.
And
she doesn't like his little
cult
penis.
Leaders, they're not really down with rejection.
The man gives her. They have some sort of like special. It's like LSD or something.
Well, it comes from a bug, doesn't it? Did that bug?
Was it?
It's like a scorpion or something.
It came from Slipknot.
I don't know. It might be a Slipknot thing, but it does. It is a bug that like pricks her, and I think the poison induces psychedelic visions. And,
so they're all cooked on this thing.
Yeah, this thing, yeah.
And he's fucking showing his little dick trying to get her in.
He thought... Imagine that. Imagine you think that'll sign... Like, you're like, okay, you're drugged up, like, here it is, this is what I got. And you just get laughed at.
What does he do?
What do you do? Burn her alive in front of her husband.
How dare you laugh at my penis, woman?
I'll show you. So yeah, that's right. Then they take her outside, and they just set her alive.
They decide to torture her alive.
Yeah.
Cage wakes up. He's tied up. He's gagged. Whatever.
Yeah.
It's very sexual. Maybe.
Yeah.
He has to witness.
The
love of his life. Go
through all of that. Yeah.
Burn to death.
Yeah.
So he fucking loses it. He's
crazy.
Screaming. Whatever. Do they leave them? Do they fuck off?
Yeah. So they leave him there to die.
He gets loose eventually.
Yeah. He breaks through.
And it's the ultimate setup for like a
revenge film. It is exactly. Let's not. Yeah. Again, we have to bring it back.
Psychedelic thriller thing. I think it's a revenge film.
What I'm saying is, yes, I think its premise is pretty basic. You know, like it's not. That's not the part of it that's going to blow you away in terms of like, this is something completely new in terms of story and whatever. I think this is just visual pornography. Like it's just.
It looks so good.
It's just the colors and everything that's going on. You just sit there and. That's why I enjoy this movie as much. But it's pretty simple, you know. Guy sees girl that he's obsessed with. She has a husband. He kills her. Husband's like, I have to get my revenge, and the story just kind of goes.
It's done really well.
It is,
in a style of a horror kind of psychedelic. But it's ultimately a revenge film. Mm-hmm. From that point on, he sets on a journey to take revenge on these people, to find them, to fuck them up.
Right?
And boy does he.
There's some interesting ways to fuck people up, isn't there?
I think this is a good point to maybe discuss your favorite scene in the film, because I can start.
Okay.
And my favorite was Cage. Mm-hmm. He gets on the LSD and he's like, give me some of that Slipknot shit. He gets on it, goes fucking nuts, and just fucking rampages through. There's fucking shit happening, all kinds of weird looking people. He starts fucking killing them. Amazing. I thought that whole raging scene is amazing.
Yeah.
But I think I know what your favorite scene is.
I think you know, because we discussed it that night. You tell them. Let's see if you do know.
Is it the Cage on the toilet scene when he loses it?
No. I love that scene because that's right after he so he's got that bottle of vodka and he's in that toilet. Yeah. But then again, like the way that's shot, it's like in one of those like old school, like, you know, those fish cameras where they kind of like warp the image to be like you're in a fishbowl, and he's just knocking back vodka.
But it's like, that's Cage.
And he's losing it.
He's screaming.
And he's just going nuts. And then
so
the wallpaper, like, that's what I mean. Like, that's the kind of stuff that sticks out from this movie. Like, I remember being like, look at that wallpaper. Like, it's just
I love the wallpaper.
So vibrant. Like, it's just, that's what I mean when I say visually, this thing just hits like something.
The cinematography is amazing.
So brilliant. So brilliant.
Yeah, if you don't respect the film, like one of our good friends didn't while we watched it.
Yeah.
Piece of shit.
We're still waiting for his movie to come out.
At least
it gets a 90% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Easy.
Everybody can get a 90% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's quite simple.
Super easy.
Am I recording?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we're back, baby. Just a short little break as we head back into Mandy.
You cut it out just as I was getting into the best scene in the movie.
I know, I did. You were going back into your favorite scene.
Yes.
And you were talking about the chainsaw scene.
The chainsaw fight.
Take us through it.
I remember telling him, when I brought it up and said friend again, I could have thought of that. I'm just like, come on. Like a full duel.
It's so simple.
With chainsaw. And one of those chainsaws is like one of those ones that you use for really, really large tree trunks. So this thing is
thick
massive.
Trees. Yeah.
It's so long. And then he's got this, and then they're duking it out like an old school.
It's great. What did it remind you of? I feel like it was like
But this is what I'm trying to say. Not much.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying with all.
But I really liked the vibe. Like it felt like a weird 80s feel, like some kind of fight.
I think the 80s feel was again going back to visual because it was a lot of.
But maybe it's even like a bit of the classic like horror films like Jason and stuff and Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's like, when do you see chainsaw fights?
That's what I'm saying. It's not something that
so
happens a lot, but when you see it, you're just like, oh my God, that is batshit crazy, but that was my favorite scene.
That's awesome.
Okay, I absolutely loved just them duking it out. But then again, like honorable mentions. The scene when he first discovers the guy that makes the LSD, when he walks into the thing and he's got like animals like stored in shelters.
What the fuck's going on?
Crazy. But I think also one scene as well that sort of also set up Nick Cage's character was when he first goes to get his crossbow. Right. This is right after this whole thing happens with his wife. And when he kind of goes into that little shack. Not a shack, it's what caravan.
Caravan,
And like one of his friends is there, and he kind of they know each other from, it seems
from
like
their past
from
or whatever,
back in the day or something. So he goes to him and he wants to get his weapon back. And there's not much said between them in terms of, but you know that like these guys are scenes. Like if
they've done some shit.
Like, I want to see the prequel, them to what they did prior to all of this.
What do you think his past is?
You can't tell. I don't. When you watch this movie, like if you can imagine a past, then make that movie.
So why do you think he has to? He should make that prequel.
Hey mate, look up this. What do you think happened prior to this movie? And I'd love to see what he comes.
What do you think? But what do you think he used that crossbow for in the past?
Well, I think there's some kind of.
He was a hunter.
I think you are right there. I think there is some
a vampire hunter.
Maybe Van Helsing.
Van Helsing's descendant.
That would be quite interesting. But
Nick Cage in Van Helsing.
The prequel. Mandy, no, I think it is insinuated that, but not. Like, that he did do something to, because I feel like...
He's a crazy motherfucker.
But I think he also knows this world where those three demon spawn, whatever they are, Slipknot, that they're from.
You think he's like...
Yes.
He's aware of that?
I think he knows of that world.
Interesting.
Which is why... This is why I'm
That's
saying...
why he has the crossbow.
But this is why I feel like that prequel, because I think if you're in that world... and you have a crossbow and you're linked to this guy who's like crazy, you know there's some like weird shit going on. I don't think he was like a World War II vet or something like that. I don't think he was
in a war.
He was just, I don't think he was just like in Nam or something like that. Like who crossbow in Nam. I think he's
I would like to see that though.
But I think he's in this world, and in his past, I think he was involved, like he knew a lot more, which is why when he met Mandy, he settled down, and this is why I think their like relationship works, because I think that's where he's kind of fucked up from, and she comes from a different past, because she also in a way is extremely weird, and she's not in there for too long. But I feel like they're both crazy and both have some really messed up shit, that's why they work so well together, why they felt like so much in love, that they sort of...
They needed each other.
And it worked, and you kind of feel that from their like little bond when they sort of like communicate or anything. You're kind of like, oh my God. And there's a lot of scenes early on in the movie where you can just feel that sense of connection between them, but it's not... You know nothing else apart from what they're saying about their married kids, how they're... None of that's kind of told.
There's a great scene, and this is a scene we posted on the Fine Film Instagram account, of her, like, of them two meeting. And I think it's shown right at the end. And it's also maybe like a really iconic scene as well for some people that take away from this. It's at the end when he's in the car. The whole screen's kind of lit up really red. He looks over to his side and he sees her, even though she's dead. He sees her and she's looking at him, and he just smiles at her. He does the crazy Nick Cage smile. And he's just staring at her.
I smile more than anything else.
And like, you know, the cinematography is really nice. The music's really good. They show a little scene of them meeting, and they're like meeting at some little party and stuff like that. So it's good. There's like a really good connection between the two of them. I personally just thought they were both junkies. That's what it was.
That also could be
came together.
Maybe.
Why did he have the crossbow? I don't know. It's hard to get drugs out there. I don't know.
It is a
forest. So I don't know, but I think the relation was really powerful. They both needed each other.
That from the start.
It's not, because like at the end of the day, it's not like you know he's this like normal average Joe guy who's got this wife. Someone kills her. Like all this shit happens. It's like they really need each other to fucking survive in life and to fucking keep going, you know? So it's powerful that he loses her and he doesn't care what's going to happen to him, right? He's going to go out there. He's getting the chainsaw and the crossbow out.
All of the, not the most, what's the word I'm looking for? Common tool weapons you use, crossbows and chainsaws. It's just,
So it's at the end of the day, it's a cool fucking film.
That's all I have to say. It's
look, you go in expecting a monster fight. That's exactly what you get.
I feel like we've taken inspiration from that movie to kind of set up our own little podcast studio.
It's a very Mandy
and with the red candle.
Mandy lighting.
Yeah, I feel like if you do watch the movie, you will see the the inspiration that we've kind of taken from that movie.
This podcast is just as beautiful as the film. You know what, Panos? You can go fuck yourself.
Maybe our friend was right. Maybe it is easy to make these kind of movies.
How many movies do you think Cosmatos has made? Where do you think he was born?
Well, Cosmatos.
Yeah.
Now that you say that, because you said he's Greek, and now reading, and I don't think he's Greek, I'm going to go Latvia.
Wrong. So Panos is technically known as a Greek-Canadian film director. Born in Rome, Italy. There you go.
All around
there you go. Good on you. Good on you, Panos.
So he's obviously family. Okay, well, I don't think we need to get into
where is his family from?
His family's Greek, moved to Italy.
Yeah. I'm looking at his filmography.
Obviously, he'd have more than just Mandy, but it's really...
Well, he's actually just made one film before, and that was in 2010, which is 8 years prior to Mandy.
I thought he was new.
It's called Beyond the Black Rainbow.
Okay.
I wouldn't have heard of it.
Well, I feel like I'm a fan of Cosmos.
Yeah. You know what? I love the Cosmos.
Yeah, Cosmos is a good man.
I wonder if he's doing
look that one up.
Anything else.
I'm gonna go a blind without even seeing. I'm gonna go a blind Rotten Tomato score on this one.
The previous film he made?
The previous film he made.
Beyond the Black Rainbow?
Beyond the Black Rainbow, without having seen it, and with only the knowledge I have of Mandy. But and the fact that he didn't make a movie in 8 years, I'm going to guess 47.
59%.
59%? That's a certified fresh. Is that certified fresh?
Is that?
I think, yeah. Oh, no, 60. I think 60
is fresh? Has he just missed it?
I don't know.
What if he gets one more rating? It's green.
It's green for 59.
Maybe 60 is the threshold.
60 I know 60 for us.
We'll confirm that in a later episode.
We promise we know what we're doing.
There you go. But I think these types of films, I think like a 59, 60 is worth watching.
Yeah.
Would you say
definitely, so? Yeah. I've seen movies as low as high 40s. That you can still...
I've seen movies very low. Let's go back
seen movies very low.
Let's go back to 8mm and just see what that film is rated.
God.
Nicolas Cage, 1999, 8mm. What do you think it's rated?
Oh my God. 32.
23. The other way around.
In the 10, I reckon.
Dude, I loved this film when I was young. I don't know why it's so low.
Yeah, I know. Now I understand why.
What do you think Con Air is?
Wasn't that...
I don't know what it is, so I'm going to guess as well.
Isn't Con Air... I have seen it, but isn't there like... A lot of people do enjoy this movie?
Con Air is great.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's got a high rating.
I think it'll be low 60s.
Low 60?
Low 60.
I reckon it's... I don't know.
Yeah.
But I reckon it's 70.
Okay.
Let's just see what it is.
I think it's low 60s. I think it's fresh.
56.
56 as well.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's good.
Well, yeah.
Is it? I don't know.
I think
we really need to stay on.
He has a what's that called? He's got a handicap. You'll give him a 10 handicap. Nick Cage 57 is a...
Him being in a film is good enough. Yeah, him being in a movie is good enough.
I feel like that's fair. Nick Cage gets a 10 handicap, so anything that he does, he'll kind of like it's a 10 plus. Yeah. Because what's Face Off? Face Off, I think that's in the 80s. I think that might be one of his higher rated movies.
Go on, make a call.
82.
82?
Yeah.
I reckon 72.
72, yeah.
Even though I fucking love that.
I love that movie. I don't care what they say.
92%.
92. I'm still.
God,
The Nick Cage,
that's so much.
That works. 82, mate. Yeah.
You know they're doing a remake of Face Off.
Oh.
And it's going to be directed by James Wan.
Okay, yeah, I love James Wan.
I believe. I might be wrong. Face Off. Yeah. James Wan.
See, that would
what
be
do you
one
do with it? What do you do with it?
What
I think the good thing about Face Off is the star power of Nick Cage and Travolta.
Travolta back in the 90s.
Who can you do that with?
That's what I'm wondering. This is, as soon as you said that, I was not aware that they're doing a remake. I would love to know who the actors were.
Like does Face Off in 2022?
Go cast your Face Off now.
Yeah, like if I cast it for you,
right now,
does this sound good?
Okay.
So I'm like, all right, Face Off.
Yeah.
This summer, Face Off, starring Dwayne Johnson and Denzel Washington. The Rock. He's in everything.
Yeah, I know he's in everything. Face Off. He's way too jacked to be in Face Off.
All right, scratch that.
No way. He's huge, but no way. The Rock.
How can you match that body?
I'll give you. But Denzel, he's also
he's getting old now.
You might as well recast Travolta and Cage.
All right, what if you go Face Off, starring? But you need someone crazy. You need someone crazy.
But they were both pretty crazy. I feel like. Yeah, he's crazy.
He's crazy these days. All right, Face Off, starring Michael Fassbender.
I'd go that
because he can turn it on and off, and he can go crazy.
I would like.
He can go crazy, and he can also play, the Quap.
Oh, his name always escapes me. The guy who plays Loki, Tom
Hiddleston.
Tom Hiddleston
and Michael Fassbender
in the new Face Off.
That's not bad. That's not bad. So maybe there is some merit if you cast it right.
Yeah.
Who's the crazy one if you do that combo?
Look, I think Fassbender he has the crazy smile, so he can get that.
But Loki.
Huh?
But Loki's like Hiddleston's known for his villainous role.
I think you need the crazy for the Cage role.
Yeah.
Cage and then that's so hard in Face Off.
It's because he's both. So wait, you want Fassbender to start off as bad?
Yes.
But then he plays the good guy. When his face is off.
He's so lovable and he's got this, but then he has to be bad. And you've known him from like Loki and stuff, and he's like this. He's like this, yeah.
All right, so the movie starts. Hiddleston's the cop.
Yeah.
Fassbender has killed his son.
Yes.
And he goes to fucking... They do the face off. They do the face swap. And then Fassbender plays the evil guy.
Well, then he plays the good guy, but evil. I think Fassbender would play evil well, and then good... Good well. No, but this... You know what we're saying? No, this is the problem, because Hiddleston will have to play crazy, good and crazy.
Hiddleston plays good cop at the start.
Yeah.
And then he plays evil guy...
Yeah.
But good.
And Fassbender plays... But then Hiddleston will be...
Yeah.
Fassbender, so...
I reckon they could both do it.
I don't know. I feel like... Look.
I feel like both... Who's Tom Hiddleston?
So...
I just want to see my wife again.
He's just trying...
No one knows that they've done the face off.
No. I need to write this up. All right,
so I think what we're trying to say is that it could be done with the right casting.
It can be done with the right casting. Anything can be done with the right casting, man. Like you
I feel like that cast. I feel like I would want to see that.
I would, but is it is it a remake? Is it a prequel? Is it a sequel?
No, I think it's just going to be like a remake. Use the same idea, modern technology. We can swap your whole body.
Yeah.
Mind swap. Yeah.
Oh man, see Hiddleston Fassbender, I would love.
Yeah.
I think casting one takes it over. He can put together a movie.
I hope they keep the face element because that's the best part of it.
I want to see I also want to see the transition. You know, when they take his face off,
when his hair gets shorter,
and you can see like
his body kind of slims.
No, but I'm saying that review mirror. Remember, not the review mirror. Sorry, when they got the
it's like
light over, and you can see the reflection of his face.
Yeah,
oh man,
his face is coming off.
I hope they do the original justice.
Just to see Fassbender's face come off.
Man, Fassbender Hiddleston. I feel like.
I think we got something.
We got something there. I don't know.
Maybe.
One, if you're listening, man.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe we're crazy.
But do you
anyway, get us on the casting couch.
In saying that, casting.
Wait, what? It's slowly turning into a porno.
Well, the light's right.
Yeah, it could be interesting. Could be interesting.
I'd love to hear more. This is one of those. I have a strong bond with movies that I feel like remakes. This will be one that I'll watch without seeing a review.
Yeah.
Seeing a review.
Yeah.
Because if there's something that I really love,
well, like
I don't want to watch something made new that ruins it. I also don't like sequels to movies that I really love. Best example for me, Sinister. I love that movie.
Yeah.
One of my favorite horror movies.
Yeah.
And Sinister 2 comes out, I'm like, where are they going with this? I looked at the reviews were not good, and I just left it. I'm happy.
Still haven't seen it.
I haven't seen 2. I don't want to watch 2.
There you go.
Because I just don't want that world to be ruined. So these kind of movies, it could
be ruined.
These kind of, exactly. Because I love Face Off so much. If it gets like a 30, I'm going to be like, I'll pass.
I can't believe it's such a high rating.
I told you that it's a really high, I think it's one of his highest rated. Mandy's, what is his highest rated? Just
a quick
one. What would...
I don't know if they got that. Nicolas Cage.
They do have all of his movies. If you go on him and you click on him, and it'll say highest rated, lowest rated.
What I did want to say before is Mulan a good example? Like when you're young, you love Mulan. Yeah. The new movie comes out, ratings are terrible. Don't watch it.
But I feel like those movies come under a lot more criticism as well. Like Lion King, the new Lion King, didn't quite do as well as
good.
A lot of people thought.
A lot of people are like, just leave it alone.
Which is why I feel like things like Maleficent and, from what I understand, Cruella's been rating quite well as well.
Yeah.
It's not taking the actual source material and just making a new film from it. It's you kind of just same world but a different story. I feel like works a lot better. Like Cruella is her when she's young, and Maleficent is all from the evil witch's perspective. So that's why they work. But like the Lion King, Mulan, those kind of remakes, because people fall in love with these movies. Yeah. And you're a child and you see this movie.
How dare you touch it?
Yeah, and then you rewatch it, and I feel like there's a lot more. It's a lot harder to get right.
Highest rated movie for Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a bit unfair, but it's Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh no, I can't give it that. No.
Great movie. Outside of that,
like
it's very close.
Lead.
It's very close. There's a Cage movie called Red Rock Vest. Okay. I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it either.
Moonstruck, which is actually pretty good. Mm-hmm. And then it's Face Off.
So what are the other two? Just do they have the number ratings?
So Spider-Verse is 97.
Okay, apart from Spider-Verse.
Red Rock West, 95. Moonstruck, 94. And then Face Off, 92.
And then Mandy, 90, I assume?
No. Adaptation.
Okay.
Yeah. Adaptation, Raising Arizona, both at 91%. Then you got Mandy at 90%. Like so it's pretty high.
I feel like I need to do a top 5, bottom 5 Nick Cage marathon and see where I stand.
Watch the bottom 5 films as well as the top 5 films. Just put yourself through that.
Yeah, just see where I stand. What is his lowest rated? Just one.
Oh, it's here. Yeah. It's called Grand Isle. Okay. Came out in 2019. It's got 0%. It's got 0%.
It was going to be recent.
Fuck, it looks so bad.
What's jiu-jitsu? Just quickly, I know I mentioned it earlier. I'm intrigued.
You love jiu-jitsu.
No, I haven't seen it. I haven't even seen it, but I'm interested to see.
Jiu-jitsu movie. What do you think it is?
Jiu-jitsu?
Yeah.
I've never seen it, so I'm going 38.
27%. Not as bad as I thought.
That's crazy. I think within 10 of every single one of the ones we've said. I feel like we can go back and watch it.
You got a good radar.
Good radar. Even if I haven't seen the movie, I pick up a general consensus. Yeah.
There you go. Okay. Nick Cage. I think it's worth a marathon.
He definitely is. After hearing that, apart from Spider-Verse, I obviously
it's really good.
can't really say that that's a really good movie, but
There you go. It's good to see Mandy at the top, though. It's kind of high up, and it's actually really good.
Well, like I said, it's probably my favourite Nick Cage movie when I gave you my own personal. But a lot of that's nostalgia and a lot of that's personal.
There's just so many good movies. God damn it, Cage!
Yeah. But I feel I think in general, that's okay. Okay, interesting.
The Mandy's up there.
Mandy's up there.
Any final thoughts on Mandy?
If you haven't seen it, I don't know why you're watching this.
Let me set this up for you. If you're looking for a psychological horror thriller, look no further.
My final thoughts on Mandy. If you've seen it, highly recommend it to a friend and get them to see it, because I feel like it's one of those ones like me and you. You can sit here and just talk about it. Like we did that evening, like we're doing right now. You can just sit there, talk about, and you might hate it.
But God, you're going to love it.
You're going to sit there and you're going to hate it, but you're going to... Unlike our friend, I feel like maybe a lot of these people watching this might be more into movies.
Yeah.
And if you
can
appreciate, you might... If
you haven't seen it, I think you're going to enjoy it.
You're going to enjoy it. I thoroughly did.
If you don't like the Cage Man, this might... make you like the Cage Man.
I don't think so. I honestly don't
maybe
think
not.
So. If you don't like the Cage Man...
Let me rephrase that. If you love the Cage Man and you feel like he hasn't really done anything good in so long and you haven't seen his recent films... I
feel like
watch Mandy.
If you're indifferent to Nick Cage, if you hate Nick Cage, you're not going to like this movie.
You're just
you already have a bias. Yeah. If you're like... Whatever
if you like Panos Cosmatos.
What was it, the Dark Rainbow? Is one of your favourite.
That's exactly what it's called.
You should definitely...
Beyond the Black Rainbow. Also known as Dark Rainbow.
That's
check it out.
Yeah, if you have no particular feelings to Nick Cage and you love Nick Cage... Mandy is a must.
Mandy's your movie.
If you hate Nick Cage, I just don't see it bringing you out of that, because it's very, like we said earlier,
it's driven. It's led by Nick Cage. He takes us along his journey.
He does in every single movie he's in.
It's a Cage-heavy film.
Exactly. He's in 100% of the he's in every scene.
Exactly.
So.
If you don't like that, go fuck yourself.
We don't want you here. We don't want your views.
We don't want your views.
No, definitely, man.
But overall, awesome movie.
Awesome movie. I just can't find too much wrong with it in my own personal opinion. I just think it's a whole lot of fun. I think it looks great. I think the story's great. I think it's crazy, and just sit back. A couple of beers and some popcorn and just sit back and
enjoy the show.
Enjoy the ride, I think.
It is a ride.
It's more of a ride.
I feel, All right, sit back. Enjoy the ride.
Enjoy the ride.
And we go out with... Check out Mandy.
It's brilliant.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Nam.
No worries, mate. Thanks for having me.
See you next time.
Definitely. I'll be back.
The Cage Marathon continues, baby.
Next. You're going to get it,